Growth stocks are one of the hottest topics in the financial industry right now, with predictions and speculations flying around about certain brands. Tesla Incorporated, of course, has had its fair share, and today we'll be focusing on its current market capitalization and its growth rate history, as well as speculations on the brand made by a former employee who has had an inside view of how the company manages to function at a very fast pace, bringing out an accelerated growth of possibly 1,000 times. In his words, Tesla stock will reach $1 million. Will Tesla crash and burn like the doomsayers keep predicting? How does Tesla manage to pull off such accelerated growth levels? Let's find out in today's video. In a recent interview, former employee Joe Justice spoke about his time at Tesla and his growth predictions for the brand based on inside information. He also revealed how Tesla has managed to keep pushing the growth rate, speculating that the brand may grow by 1,000 times. Joe Justice is a TED.com speaker and a guest lecturer at both MIT and Oxford University in England. He's been featured in Forbes 5 times, including as the owner of Forbes Billionaire Club Company to Watch. He's been cited in over 8 business paperbacks and hardcovers. Joe Justice developed Wikispeed and ran Agile Tesla from Tesla's worldwide headquarters in Fremont, California. We believe this solid bio makes him an expert on today's topic. Joe makes a living as a global consultant on agile hardware and corporate reorganization, helping multinational corporations enhance their return on investment. Our viewers are no stranger to Tesla, the electric vehicle brand which also makes a unique set of energy solutions including Powerwall, Powerpack, and Solar Roof, which enable homeowners to businesses to utilities to manage their renewable energy generation, storage, and consumption. With their Gigafactory, a facility designed to drastically lower battery cell costs, experts believe this brand is the future and not necessarily because of their cars. Tesla builds batteries at the levels required to reach production targets while also creating thousands of jobs by bringing cell production in-house. And this is only the start. With the release of its cheapest car yet, Tesla continues to make its products more accessible and affordable to a wider range of consumers, driving the adoption of clean transportation and clean energy generation. Electric cars, batteries, and renewable energy generation and storage all exist on their own, but when they're combined, they're even more powerful, and that's the future we want. How have they been able to achieve their success so far, and how will they continue to do so? Joe Justice says it's all about their adaptation of the Agile Methodology. The Agile Methodology is a style of project management that divides a project into phases. It necessitates ongoing engagement with stakeholders as well as continual development at each stage. Teams cycle through a process of planning, executing, and assessing once the job begins. In essence, the teams go back and forth over the various steps of production as opposed to following the steps in a linear fashion. According to Justice, the shortest responsible iteration cycle is Agile. You iterate once and then you rethink your strategy. So you do your best this week and then rethink your strategy for next week. He says Tesla's ambition is to have walk-up to-do lists. When you walk up to it, it should have a list of things to do that you can understand. The walk-up seems to be a simple but brilliant concept. The goal is to be able to walk up and clearly understand how you can help in less than 5 minutes. That certainly seems to simplify things while making sure productivity levels are high and that everyone is adhering to the brand's rules and strategy. Any tests conducted are then completed by self-organized teams. There are machine learning stacks that can measure and decide whether or not a contribution was beneficial to the firm. Justice states that all contributions are measured using an automated system. This makes sense as all the fluff is cut off and streamlined to only the most essential details. It makes for a more efficient work process and environment overall. He goes on to explain that by switching to factory mode, you can access entire testing suites for each car. People are free to make modifications and innovate because every car undergoes automated testing. This is majorly due to Tesla's low cost of comprehensive testing. A partial testing suite is used once per 1,000 cars in traditional production, and full testing is done only after an annual design of a new model. The automated test suite adheres to very strict guidelines. Tesla is willing to experiment with the chassis and other aspects of the vehicle. This means that the fully automated tests will verify that the build quality remains world-class, but it may vary from car to car, from 10 times better to just world-class. Apart from the production process, what does it mean to be agile at Tesla? By increasing the value of people, they can achieve faster speeds with the same or higher quality. Tesla's stock debuted on the NASDAQ stock market in June 2010. In an upsized offering that valued the firm at $2 billion, the stock price rose over 40% in its first day of trading to close at $23.89, valuing the company at $2 billion and raising over $226 million. Since Ford's debut in 1956, it was the first initial public offering by an American automaker. The primary market was very enthusiastic about the stock, but the secondary market was not so impressed. A limited operating history, a long history of losses, financial challenges, unpredictable consumer demand, pricey battery technology, and competition from traditional automakers have all generated concerns about the company's long-term survival. Today, Tesla has a market capitalization of about $895 billion, quite a steep rise, especially for its industry. However, once we start looking at Tesla as a tech company, especially with its adaptation of the Agile method, most commonly seen in the tech space, it starts to make more sense. Joe Justice explains this, saying, "The emphasis is on the definitions of ready and done work. 12-hour shifts and respect for people are the catalysts for such growth and change. Every day, they are constantly learning from each other." With teams that are extremely adaptable, an atmosphere in which your job and objectives can shift dramatically from hour to hour, Tesla seems to be performing at optimum productivity, and the numbers on growth are starting to make more sense. The growth score is a useful metric for determining the desirability of a stock. Tesla Incorporated has a 9.0 growth score. Tesla has a much higher growth score than its comparable group. This indicates that Tesla Incorporated is growing at a considerably faster rate than its peers. This score is calculated using the aggregated growth score, net sales growth historical, net income growth historical, and net sales growth estimate earnings per share growth estimate. Joe also mentioned that Tesla isn't concerned with credentials. Musk is unconcerned about whether or not you've completed high school. There's a compelling business rationale for completely disregarding it. Humans are extremely powerful creatures. Elon Musk stated in 2016 that he plans to change factories every 2 years in order to achieve 10 times better productivity in 10 years. Tesla is now iterating and changing 27 times every week. Elon Musk stated in 2020 that optimizing a factory's layout and operations may enhance speed at least 10 times, up to 100 times. This seems to be panning out quite well for the firm, especially when it comes to internal corporate agility, aggressive swapping ability, and capacity to combat fires with precision. They're able to, in a matter of minutes, focus 10,000 individuals on any problem that arises. Automotive experts say that every aspect of the car is manufactured by dozens of Tesla production cells. Each is of acceptable quality, but they are iterating and attempting to improve the part's quality and ramp up output from each cell. With Tesla introducing new technology, including dry cell batteries and gigapress, as well as new alloys to enable dramatic improvements in factory and production speed, the future of the brand looks bright indeed. In 2023, when the 4680 batteries, as well as the front and rear casing will be fully operational, Tesla Shanghai and other facilities will be producing more quickly. By the end of 2022, Tesla Shanghai should be producing 2 million cars per year. By 2024-2025, this should be increased to 4 million autos per year. There is evidence that Tesla Shanghai has a production capacity of 1.1 million cars per year. Another $188 million extension is expected to be finished in April 2022. Gigapresses have also been added to cast the complete front and rear components of the automobile. 300 robots, 1,000 parts, and 30% of the production area are saved as a result of these adjustments. This is sure to maximize profit. Lastly, according to the coin price forecast, using current statistics, Tesla stock is expected to be $2,500, approximately 287% of what it's currently trading at today. And these estimates were made while the stock was down. Compared to where Tesla came from all the way to now, we agree with Justice that 1,000 times growth is not beyond Tesla's capacity. Do you agree with Joe Justice on his take? What do you think of Tesla's adaptation of the Agile methodology? Comment down below.